Hey y'all, Ashley here with the fourth layout with the February Hip Kits, and this is my final layout for the February kits, and then I will jump into the March kits, and you'll see that the first layout you'll see that Saturday, which is a week from today. So I am first taking this Martha Stewart circle cutter and the L Studio paper, and I am cutting various sizes of circles. And then I'm going to take the craft cardstock, the American Crafts craft cardstock, and cut some similar size circles as well. And then I'll continue to do this with some other papers, and I will do the rest off of camera just because it gets kind of tedious. And then I had to put my blade back in, and then I tried to do the picture and it just wasn't staying. So what I did was I took a circle punch, I think it was like my 3-inch circle punch, and went ahead and cut it instead of using the circle cutter, or went ahead and punched that out. So you'll see here that I have my circles all cut out, and I'm going to lay them kind of in the design that I want. I know that I want 4 main clusters, and I want the design to be pretty balanced, and so where there's a lot of patterns, I want, I want to kind of even that out with putting some plain cardstock in there, which is what I'm trying to do right now. And so I'm going to go ahead and punch out a heart of the craft cardstock, and then that's kind of going to be the main focus of the layout, which is those 4 circles, like I said, or the 4 clusters, like I said before. And then now I'm taking this Chic Tags manufacturer strip from the paper we got in the kit, and I'm going to cut up these little, I guess you could say they're little labels maybe, and I'm going to sew those down the middle. And so I set that aside, and what I've done is I've used Versamark ink and the stamp set that came in the kit, as well as the Zing embossing powder. It was the glittery embossing powder, and I'm going to go ahead and heat set all of that and then cut those out. And those are going to be some of the embellishments on my page. So I've gone ahead and done that. I did that off camera, which I normally do just because I know you guys probably don't want to watch me cut out hearts. So, and then now I'm taking the wood veneer that came in the kit, which were the the stars, and then I'm going to use that same Zing embossing powder for that, and then I'm going to pull those aside, put the excess back in the container, and then go ahead and heat set those as well. All right. I did actually get a new heat tool. I got the Stampin' Up! Heat tool, and I'm still getting used to it. I think it works really, really well. I didn't think, this one's kind of a cheap one from Hobby Lobby. I didn't think it worked bad, but I've heard so many reviews on getting really good heat tools and like spending the money on them. So I did get one from Stampin' Up! And I'm liking it so far, so we'll see. So I went ahead and used my computer to journal because I did try to write it off camera, and my handwriting throws the whole page off, and so it looked much neater when I just used a typewriter font that I downloaded, and I went ahead and typed it out and put in some of the L Studio grid paper and punched it out with one of the circle punches that I have. And the title of the layout is Cousin Love. This is one of my cousins on my dad's side, and I actually went to college close to their house, and I used to nanny her when she was a baby. And this is actually an Easter weekend a few years ago, because they since have moved out of the state, but I really wanted to document that because I don't have many pictures of us together, and I wish I would have had some from when she was a baby, but that was when iPhones weren't quite cool yet, or weren't quite popular, and so I would have had to like take pictures with my regular camera, which we did often, but I just didn't have any pictures. We did that in college, but I didn't have any pictures really with her, so I did want to document this photo that I had of us, and it was black and white, so I liked that because then the rest of the colors could pop. So now I'm taking that same sticker book that I've been using like crazy the past few videos, and it's the Dear Lizzie sticker book, and Yes, it's from the collection. Why can it's not Daydreamer, and it's Polka Dot Party. That's what it's from. And I'm using my punches to just get some different shapes and patterns. I use the banner punch, the pennant punch. I use the scalloped edge circle punch, and I'm using a couple different size circles as well. I just find it easier to work with these stickers sometimes when you just punch them out instead of having to peel them. And then I didn't want the perforated edge to show, so there's the piece that I sewed. I think I showed that a little earlier. And then I did staple some of the clusters together so that they would stay put the way that I liked them, but I'm going to cover the staples up so you won't be able to see those. Here is a Elle Studio, or Ellie. I keep saying Elle. Some people say Ellie. Whatever. It's one of their frames from the kit that we got in February, and I really loved that. I wasn't sure how I would like it with the picture and the fact that everything's so circular, but then I brought in this frame, but I thought it broke it up pretty well, so I liked that. I'm going to just continue to adhere some things together, and then I'll just keep adding layers upon layers. I'm not doing it any technical way, just continuing to add layers, and then I'll add the stars and the hearts that I embossed and so on. The thickers, by the way, that I'm using are from the kit as well, and they're a glittery silver type of thickers. Sorry, getting distracted because my dog is right here and she always wants to bug me while I'm doing the voiceovers for some reason. So I was going to use those October Afternoon red alphas, but I decided to use the Love piece from the sticker book, so that played into my title really well. Just continuing to tuck things in and add some final embellishments to the page. Part of the reason why I like using the staples to put things together so that I don't have to commit at the very beginning by using adhesive, and that allows me to tuck things in and move the things around on the page the way that I want them. And so here I guess I poured some glossy accents on a scratch piece of paper because it's pretty clogged, so I had to cut it down, and then that allowed me to adhere the wood veneer pieces. So I took the October Afternoon red and white polka dot washi tape, and I went ahead and adhered some of that down, and I've been using that in almost every layout. It's one of my favorite washi tapes I think I've ever received, so I was really excited about that. And then I went ahead and sewed these vellum hearts down, and one of the reasons again why I don't like to adhere things down right away, sometimes I do, but in this case it was perfect to not do that because I was able to take that to the sewing machine without any problem. And I do believe I go back with another circle cluster and take that to the sewing machine here in a little bit as well. I used one of the October Afternoon flare. I guess I'm going to go ahead and commit to putting that down, but I went ahead and used Good Times, the flare from October Afternoon, and I put that in that top right hand corner, that orange piece, which went really well with the rest of the layout. And then I'm going to adhere this fourth piece down. And if I didn't mention what mist I use 2 October Afternoon mists, which is Pink Balloon and Pink Lemonade, and then I also use Heidi Swap Mint Green, which isn't much of a mint green. It's more like a, what would I call that? I'm not quite sure. It's not as much of a mint green as I would like, but it's still really, really pretty. So here are the final pictures. I hope you guys enjoyed the process, and I hope you have a great rest of the weekend. Let me know if you have any questions. Thanks.